Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. This is Overlanding Now, and I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, but we just got back from a camping trip, and I thought it was probably the best opportunity because I have the Ikamper drying out. We got caught in a thunderstorm in the middle of the night. It got a little hectic, but that's okay. That's kind of what adventure is all about. But I wanted to walk you guys through my setup for the Ikamper mattress. Now, the Ikamper mattress that comes with the Ikamper from the factory, at least the version I have, which is the 2.0, is a very thin memory foam mattress. It's not that it's uncomfortable, but by no means is it a overly comfortable sleeping experience. Now, it also doesn't have a whole lot of insulation to it because with it only being 2 inches thick, there's not a lot of heat capture because just underneath you, if you're sleeping in cold temperatures, you have a lot of cold air coming through that tent, through that mattress, which makes the nights even colder. Now, in a warmer sleeping environment, that's a welcomed thing. So what I want to do is show you what we use for our Ikamper sleeping setup, and it has been absolutely perfect in every way. It does require more work, but I think you will be happy to know that this is rated for a much different type of weight limit, and also you're going to get a much higher R value on those cold camping nights. Stay tuned. Okay, so here's what we have. We have the Exped Mega Matt 10. Now this is the single, and I also have the larger double version. And these are closed cell foam mattresses that are self-inflatable. Now I will show you with some B-roll overlay of how you pump these things up, but to keep it simple, there's an inlet and an outlet. When you pop this open, it allows air out, and when you open this up, it sucks air in. Now, we also use a very cheap, not the Exped version, air mattress pump because it inflates them very quickly. And I'm going to show you how to inflate them because the problem with the Exped, the only issue that you probably run into is the fact that you have to deflate these every time you close your tent and reinflate them every time you get to camp. Now, if you don't care about that, you're going to get a much better sleeping solution. This is an R value of 8.1, so the higher the R value, the better the insulation. I don't know the R value of the 2-inch memory foam mattresses from Ikamper, but I can guarantee it is not that good. And when you pump this up, the more inflated you make it, the better the R value it is. So it's something to keep in mind when you're in different temperatures. The lower the inflation rate, the less it's going to insulate, which on warm summer nights will keep you cooler. Now, we put this one, if you're familiar with the Ikamper, you put this one by your feet and you put the large one up by your head. And that's the one that you lay on. This is the one that you put your feet on. This sleeping system is absolutely so comfortable. And if you're a bigger guy and you try to sleep in the Ikamper with the traditional mattress that comes with the Ikamper 2.0 version, you are going to be extremely uncomfortable because your hips are going to be banging into the bottom of the tent. Your shoulders are going to hurt when you wake up. And that's honestly something that I went through when I was trying to figure out I need a better system. Now, the Expeds are not cheap, and I'm sure that there are other versions out there that provide the same quality and the same type of sleeping experience. I just went with the Exped because I knew that the Exped had great reviews, and it was really easy for me to run up to REI and get this little inflatable mattress. I will put the REI link to this inflatable mattress in the description if you're interested in getting an Exped for your Ikamper. The two together combined fit the Ikamper sleeping space absolutely perfectly. The only issue, like I said, is when you get to camp, you have to pump up each one of them. Now, a trick to doing that is when you put your mattresses in, on my truck, obviously, there's a tailgate. So I can stand on the tailgate, unzip the window, and pump through that window. Well, you always want your inlet and your outlet facing that window. So you can just climb up there and you could pump directly from that window and close everything up and shove it back in. That's how I keep everything simple. When I go to pack up at camp, all I do is lay on them, deflate them enough, and then I put the small one on top of the big one, and with these, you're able to pack in your sleeping stuff. So we keep multiple pillows and multiple blankets in the Ikamper, which is really, really hard to do with the mattresses that they provide from the factory for the SkyCamp 2.0. That has always been one of our biggest issues, is how do we cart around 3 or 4 pillows and multiple blankets for multiple family members, because they take up a ton of space. And depending upon the space that you're working with inside your vehicle, it's going to dictate how much stuff you can bring or how much stuff you can't bring. So being able to keep your sleeping stuff in the camper and the tent itself makes a world of a difference for the space that you need for other gear. Like I said, I have been traveling with this setup now for about a year, and I will never go back. I have not had an issue with it being punctured. I have deflated and inflated several times. Another thing to keep in mind when you're using Expeds or any type of closed cell foam mattress is if it gets wet or your condensation from the your body's condensation gets into the mattress over time, especially if it's hot at night and you're sleeping, or it's cold and there's a lot of condensation inside the tent. So when I get home, I make sure I set these in the sun. I keep them open. I just open both of these sides and I just let that condensation evaporate. It's something that will ensure the longevity of your Expeds. Like I said, these are not an inexpensive item, but if you're looking for the ultimate in Ikamper sleeping comfort, I think this is probably what you're going to want to go with. Like I said, if there are other options, I've never tried them, so I cannot vouch for them, but I can vouch for the Exped, and I figured why not bring you guys a video that is going to show you how we actually sleep inside the Ikamper. I hope this video was helpful, at least giving you some ideas of what you could possibly do in the future if you're looking to kind of switch up your sleeping arrangements inside your Ikamper, and especially if you want to travel and carry more pillows or more blankets and you want to keep them in the tent. I know the SkyCamp 3.0s are a little bit taller, allowing for you to keep your blankets and pillows up there, but for all of us who purchased a SkyCamp 2.0 for 2 years ago, what's the solution for us outside of buying another extremely expensive tent? Well, this is what I've came up with, and it's a rock solid way for you to get the best night's sleep in cold temperatures, warm temperatures. Also, last thing I'm going to say about this, a king size sheet will fit perfectly over both of the Expeds. So you have your big one up front, your small one down by your feet. A king size sheet will fit over that perfectly, and you can bundle that up when you're done and throw it up in there in the tent, and you will have no issues. So like I said, I hope it was helpful. I hope it gave you some ideas and something to think about if you're uncomfortable sleeping in your Ikamper like I was. And that's how we do this section and this portion of our camping trip. So until next time, I'll see you on the next one.